In the 12th century, the Middle East was dominated by a rising power. Founded by Saladin, the Ayyubid Empire expanded across Egypt and beyond, establishing itself as a wealthy, culturally advanced Sunni Islamic dynasty. This courtyard and its intricate stonework belonged to one of their many madrasas. The Ayyubid rulers were highly educated themselves, funding the construction of these dedicated schools of Islamic law to expand their cultural footprint across the region. Looking at these stone fortress towers, it is clear they protected their intellectual investments with significant physical force. By enclosing Cairo and Fustat behind a continuous wall, they unified their capital under heavy military fortification. Even while engaging in ongoing warfare against the Christian crusaders of Europe, the Ayyubids maintained profitable commercial ties with the continent. Between a booming economy, the presence of leading scientific experts, and stone defenses, the early Ayyubid reign projected the image of an invincible empire built to last. Yet their dominance was brief. The empire carried a flaw within its administration. Following the reign of Saladin, the strong central government vanished. The map shows the unified territory fragmenting into a semi-feudal structure. Power shifted away from a single sultan, spreading outward to the local autonomy of regional emirs. By granting them control, the royal family created an anatomy prone to disloyalty and betrayal. A political network operating without a solid core cannot survive sustained pressure. Whether that friction came from internal servants or foreign armies, the Ayyubids were exposed. That pressure arrived with the onset of the Seventh Crusade in Egypt. The crisis escalated when Sultan al-Saleh died. Though his wife, Shajar al-Dur, took command and repelled the Christian forces, the empire's leadership was unstable. Control shifted to the late sultan's son, Turan Shah. He made a destructive mistake by alienating the elite Mamluk generals, the soldiers who had just played a crucial role in saving the empire from the Crusaders. The response was swift. Outraged by the disrespect, the Mamluks revolted, assassinated Turan Shah in 1251, and installed their own commander to seize control of the Egyptian state. By discarding the trust of their own military vanguard, the Ayyubid rulers turned their defenders into their executioners. The fallout of this coup split the Middle East. Desperate to reclaim Egypt from the Mamluks, the remaining Ayyubid forces based in Syria rallied under a leader named Yusuf. This map illustrates the resulting divide. Even with a larger military force, Yusuf suffered a defeat and retreated, drawing a hard border between Mamluk-controlled Egypt in the south and Ayyubid-held Syria in the north. A period of shifting allegiances and border skirmishes followed. The Mamluk leader Baibars pushed his forces into Gaza, forcing the local Ayyubid outposts into submission. By pouring their remaining wealth and manpower into fighting each other, the fractured Muslim dynasties blinded themselves to the existential threat approaching from the east. Ordered to expand the Mongol Empire, Hulagu Khan assembled a massive army and marched toward the divided Middle East. In 1258, the Mongol horde descended on Baghdad. They devastated the city and murdered the caliph, while the disorganized Ayyubids were incapable of mounting a defense. The massive stone entrance of the Aleppo citadel puts the scale of the Mongol destruction into perspective. By 1260, the invaders had breached these towers, sacking both the citadel and the city's great mosque. Under this pressure, the decentralized Ayyubid system shattered. Desperate to maintain their own regional authority, several autonomous emirs betrayed their ruler and aligned themselves with the Mongol invaders. With his network turning against him, Yusuf abandoned Damascus and fled for Gaza. The city surrendered without a fight, and the Mongol army captured Yusuf shortly after. The Mongol invasion dismantled a disconnected political network that was already hollowed out. With the Ayyubid rulers captured or killed across Syria, the survival of the region rested with their former servants, the Egyptian Mamluks. In September of 1260, the Mamluks launched a head-on assault at the Battle of Ain Jalut, successfully halting the Mongol advance. Following their victory, the Mamluks expanded their territory out of Egypt. As the map shows, they swept upward, capturing most of Syria and erasing the former Ayyubid borders. The balance of power inverted. The former military slaves absorbed the broken empire they were originally purchased to protect. The Ayyubid bloodline did not vanish overnight. The new Mamluk overlords allowed a few emirs to retain their positions, operating as loyal vassals to the new regime. This landscape in the city of Hama became one of the last resting places for the dynasty's power. It survived as a puppet state under Ayyubid lineage until returning to Mamluk control in the mid-14th century. The final remnants of the royal family held on over a small independent principality in southeastern Anatolia before being dethroned by the Ottoman Empire in the 16th century. The collapse of the Ayyubids proves that cultural brilliance, a booming economy, and a legendary founder cannot substitute for a stable, unified government. When a state fractures from within, it invites its own destruction.